you broke? Is your bank account looking worse than it's ever looked before? Or perhaps you're a builder and you need to grind a ton of bucks for your builds? Well, this video is for you because today I'm gonna be telling you guys how to get rich in Adopt Me Bucks edition. This video is actually going to be split into 3 parts. The first part is gonna be for people who are lazy and don't want to do that much work like me. The second part is going to be if you are a builder, these tips might be really helpful for you. And then the third part is just going to be other tips that you can do if you're a builder or not. So let's get started with tip number 1, which might be an obvious one: pet pens. So pet pens, they do 8 needs per hour when you're online and 2 needs per hour on each of your pets when you're offline. Now you might think that they won't really do that much because they barely do any needs, but they actually do give you a decent amount of bucks. I currently have water moon bears in my pet pen, and as you can see, I have 160 bucks right now, so you can just get bucks super easily. The only thing is that you need to have pets that you can put in your pet pen, so the higher rarity a pet is, the slower it ages, so I recommend going with slower aging pets. And you can also buy an extra slot for Robux, which could help you get more bucks. Next is having a login streak. So as you can see, my login streak when I'm recording this is actually crazy. Yes, I have a very long login streak. The login streak also is something that gives you bucks every day, as you can see. And if you log in for 5 days in a row, you get 300 bucks. And then you can also watch an ad to claim 2 times the bucks. Honestly, login streaks don't seem like something that are important, but you can literally get rich just from doing the login streak because you can get hundreds of bucks every week. And it literally just requires logging in, like you don't even have to do anything. So the next tip is the task board. So as you can see right now, I currently just have 1 task left to do. On the task board, you get 3 tasks every real life day. You get 25 bucks for completing each of them, and then once you complete all 3 of them, you will also get an additional task that could give you 100 bucks. It's just really useful if you want a little bit of extra bucks, because you can literally get up to 175 bucks each day from the task board. So next is events, which I am currently doing right now. Adopt Me will have a lot of events in the game that can give you extra bucks, such as this current sweet event. You can get bucks from certain spaces on the game board, and then you can also get bucks from the gummy mines. There's also other events. If you're on during an admin abuse event, they always give out bucks during those events. Or if you're on during the 2D event, you can get 2 times bucks when you're aging a 2D kitty during that event. Events are just a really useful way to get bucks. Next is money trees. So I know you might be thinking, why would I get a money tree? It's so expensive. It's literally 1,450 bucks. You can earn a maximum of 200 bucks per real life day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it starts adding up really quickly. In a week, you're already gonna have made over 1,000 bucks. Basically, how money trees work is you have to wait for them to grow bucks, but it usually doesn't take that long for them to grow bucks, and you can collect 16 bucks at a time for each money tree. But if you have multiple money trees, you can collect bucks faster. And even if you have multiple money trees, the maximum is still 200. So I would recommend getting however many money trees you need to get the max amount of bucks each day. As you can see, I currently have 1 in my house right now, and I just got 13 bucks from it. Tip number 6 is lure boxes. Doing lure boxes is a really good way to get bucks because there's actually a small chance that you could get 10,000 bucks from the lure box. But even if you don't get 10,000 bucks, there's still really high bucks chances. You can get 10 bucks, you can get 100 bucks, and you can change your lure every 4 hours, just as easy as logging in, and a lure box is free to get as well. You can also pay Robux if you want a second one. Next, we are gonna go on to the section of tips for builders. So I actually only have a couple tips in this section, which you might be able to guess, But my first tip is selling furniture that you have in your storage. Since I build a lot in Adopt Me, I have acquired so much furniture in my storage, but I could probably get so many bucks from selling it. You can sell your furniture for half the price that you bought it at, because if you buy a piece of furniture and then you leave it for a few minutes and then you can sell it for full price. But if you've had random furniture that's just been sitting in your storage for months that you're not doing anything with, you can sell it for half the price. I've had these things in my inventory for ages and I can just get a lot of bucks from them. I have 3 luxury wall arts. Look at this. I can sell this for 150 bucks. If you have stuff in your storage, sell it if you're not doing anything with it. And then my other tip is selling unused houses. Now I have a lot of houses, as you can see. So you can actually sell your houses for bucks. I think the only ones you can't sell are Roblox houses. Next, I'm gonna go on to the third section, which is just like other tips. So the first tip is currently something that I am doing right now, which is playing as a baby. If you play as a baby, you get twice the amount of needs that you get if you're an adult. You literally get like twice the amount of bucks. I play as a baby all the time in Adopt Me. I used to play as an adult, but I'm trying to get those extra bucks, you know? And then my second tip is to use alt accounts. So I used to do this one a lot. I kind of stopped doing it because I was too lazy. But if you have multiple devices or a device that can have multiple windows open at the same time with different Roblox accounts, using alt accounts is a really good way to get extra bucks. Basically, what I would do is I would have my main account be a parent, and then I would have my alt accounts be babies and have their pets out, and my main account would also have its pet out, and then I would just use a stroller, or I would just carry my alt accounts around, and then the pets would follow. And then you can give the bucks that you get on your alt accounts to your main account using something like a cash register or a mannequin. If you're too lazy to actually aid pets on your alt accounts, I would recommend just logging in on your alt accounts and getting the lure boxes on your alt accounts. I'm gonna show you guys my alt accounts right now. My alt accounts are actually really rich just from doing the lure boxes and login streaks. So my next tip is to join a grinding server. I personally have never used a grinding server, but that is just because I don't have Discord. But if you do have Discord, you can join a grinding server where you can join a family with other people and just take care of their pets, or they can take care of you and your pets. If you want to be AFK, I've seen other YouTubers talk about them, so I am going to mention them because I do think they seem to be a really effective way of getting a lot of bucks. So I'll actually link a video here about grinding servers. My next tip is use a grinding house. So this one is kind of related to the grinding servers tip and the alt accounts tip, but if you have a grinding house in Adopt Me, it literally makes doing pet needs so much easier. The house that I've been using throughout this video is a grinding house. I actually made this grinding house in 2022. I'm gonna walk you guys through everything you need for a grinding house. You usually need food and water for your pets, as well as either a bathtub or a shower, and then a pet bed, also pianos. So I just put my pianos in the wall like this, and pianos basically do the playground need for your pet, so that's why we have those. Also get either a toilet or a litter box. I built this house before the toilet need existed, so I just kind of hid one in the wall here. And then I also have this upstairs area, which is kind of good for doing the walking need or the riding need. You can also use treadmills for the walking need. So grinding houses are just really useful because you have everything in one place, so you can do all your needs really quickly. If you're playing as a baby, you should also probably have some type of food source that you can eat and a drink. So I have tea over here. here. You can actually get all the grinding materials you need for free except for the piano and food and drink if you're a baby. You can also make your grinding house in any house, but I would recommend doing one that has enough room to walk around or do the ride need in. As well as that, I also recommend having a lot of useful grinding equipment in your inventory or just items that can help you grind. So for example, in my hotbar right now, I have this marshmallow stand. I also have a glider in my hotbar to get around to places quicker. Also, this magic door just allows me to teleport to my house instantly. But yeah, it's just super useful to have grinding stuff in your inventory. So my next tip is to work at a job. Yes, there's jobs in Adopt Me. Jobs can give you anywhere from 10 to 15 bucks per minute, and I don't see a lot of people using them because if you have a job, you can't do pet needs and you also can't be a baby while you're working at a job. However, if you do need to be AFK or if you just don't feel like doing needs that much, all you have to do in a job is literally just like stand around and you'll get money. My last tip is a bit of a weird one, but silk box bags were an item that were added, I believe, either in 2023 or 2024. Every time you open one of them, it gives you 1,000 bucks. Yes, that is right, 1,000 bucks. So I have some in my inventory right here, and as you can see, it grants 1,000 bucks on use. So if you have any in your inventory that you want to use, you can use those to get bucks, or you can also trade for them. I'm not too sure how much they're worth, to be honest. So I think those are all the best tips for getting bucks. There is obviously other ways to get bucks, like putting a food stand up on the map or selling outfits from mannequins, but in my experience, those things don't actually get you that many bucks. Usually you'll just get a few bucks from them. So I've only included tips in this video that actually do give you hundreds or thousands of bucks. Make sure to like and subscribe and hype the video if you enjoy it, because I'm really trying to get monetized. So please watch my videos. If you guys have any other video suggestions for me, you can just comment them down below. And I hope this video was helpful. I kind of want to start doing building related videos, but I don't know if anyone would watch them. So if you guys have any ideas for that, you can drop those down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you get rich. Bye. Peace out.